What is good, people? I have here another hype train fragrance. This time we're not going to derail this hype train. We're actually going to ride on it. But we have here Club de Nuit's Lionheart Man. Believe it or not, I'm actually a big fan of the Club de Nuit line, except for Club de Nuit Man Intense EDP, which to this day, my opinion still remains the same. It's absolute garbage. Overhyped nonsense by this community who swears it smells just like Creed's Aventus, which is odd because I do have the limited edition Parfum, which is a much better version of that, and everybody agrees, yet the EDP smells exactly like Aventus, yet they made a better version of it, and that smells like, exactly like Aventus. How do they both smell exactly the same if one is better by their own standards? I don't get it. It's the only fragrance in the line that I don't own. I couldn't even sell it. I actually gave it away. That's how horrible that fragrance is. And, just a little on a little side note here, I gave it away along with 10 mLs of the actual Creed Aventus. And even though the family member I gave it to loved the Club de Nuit, the 10 mLs of Aventus is completely gone and the bottle remains. I'll let you be the judge of what's real and what's BS. But back to the Club de Nuit Lionoheart. I've tried to stay away from reviews, but I have seen a couple. And I guess Lionheart is supposed to be a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. And I discovered this after I ordered it. And I said, great, it'll save me some money from buying a backup bottle of the Le Male Elixir, which I love. I don't know if you guys can see, I do have a dent in it. And there's some good news and bad news. The good news is the Armaf Lionheart smells great. I love it. It smells amazing. The bad news is, for some people, it is not a clone of Le Male Elixir. It may have been Armaf's intention to clone it, but they go in two slightly different directions. There are similarities. So if you're looking for a clone of Le Male Elixir, this isn't it. But if you like Le Male Elixir, you'll probably love this. There's not an official note breakdown that I could find from Armaf, but the notes are basically mint, lavender, vanilla, honey, tobacco, the exact same notes as the Le Male Elixir, but I think they're different. I think they're a lot different. As a matter of fact, this fragrance leans more towards Mugler's discontinued Pure Havane, which I love, and shame on Mugler for discontinuing it. Doesn't smell exactly like that either, but it leans much closer to that than to Le Male Elixir. I'm going to explain the differences. I'm going to explain what it smells like. In the opening, beautiful lavender, beautiful mint, a mint that stays throughout the fragrance. It's surprisingly fresh throughout the fragrance. Very pronounced tobacco, little bit of honey, beautiful, rich bourbon, vanilla, deceptive performance. I know some people are saying that it's not the best performer, it's not a room filler. Well, let me tell you something. I got about a good 8 to 9 hours with the Armaf. Does it smell like a room filler yet? It leaves quite a scent trail. I think the performance and the longevity is above average. Are you going to be kicking down doors with the projection? Probably not, but the projection's kind of where I want it to be. And with the longevity, it's a solid performer, in my humble opinion. Le Male Elixir, like I said, I intend to get a backup bottle because I absolutely love this fragrance, but it is different. The lavender in this fragrance, much more pronounced, much more laundry detergent. The mint is more subtle. The tobacco is more subtle. The woods are more amber wood in Le Male Elixir, and also there's a cashmere kind of scent to the Le Male Elixir. I think they're different enough to own both, but as a clone of this, I don't think so. The bottle, probably one of the best bottles of the Club de Nuit line. Some of the other bottles had this little medallion that one or two have broken off of my other bottles. I like the kind of like a wood finish on these bottles right here. The atomizer is solid. Nothing to write home about, but it is decent. I also like the box here. It's a very nice presentation. This embossed line here. And also, they didn't spend 90% of the budget giving you this elaborate presentation and then cheap out on the juice. I'm smelling it right now in that vanilla. It's a rich vanilla. Almost like a bourbon vanilla. I love the fragrance. It's amazing. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Club de Nuit line, but I have no illusions of what the line is. I know what to expect from a $40, $50 fragrance. And I think this one punches well above its weight class. Super rich, super pleasing. I'm smelling it now. Yes, it does have some similarities again to Le Male Elixir, but I think the lavender in this, for some people in the Le Male Elixir, could be a little cloying. I know on paper, just assessing these two, that this probably is the better fragrance, the more expensive smelling fragrance, but this, it's going to be a lot of people's favorites. A lot of people are going to prefer it over this. And me personally, I think I kind of prefer the Lionheart over the Le Male Elixir. I'm going to give this a score. Keep in mind, this is a $50 fragrance. A solid 8.5 out of 10. For 50 bucks, it's an absolute banger. You guys can read the note profile, I mean. If any of these notes interest you, don't even waste time getting a decant. Just go buy it. Go blind buy it. Honestly, this blind buy right here turned out to be a very pleasant surprise. I love the fragrance. I'm definitely going to be wearing it a lot more. That's just my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Also, in preparation for this video, I did spray the Le Male Elixir, and this also is an absolute banger. Don't by any means think that I don't absolutely love this fragrance. You should also check this out. Thank you guys for watching.